Hey guys, Casper again here with a video purely on gold, actually. Purely on gold. Gold has done really well, basically for the past year. Are we at, the end of this move? We shall have a look. But also, and I think even more importantly, what ratios has gold been breaking here over the past, week or so? Excuse me, year. There are some. I can't say this already now that gold has broken some pretty big ratios. M to money supply, for instance, we will check that very shortly. So let's get straight into business here, guys. Let's have a look-see here on gold. Yeah, sure. Why not gold? Gold, 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 gold. So gold has been obviously, we will not do the entire, history of gold, but basically ever since we broke 2075, it has been a one-way trip. We are getting really close to the 3K mark here. Um, you can see here that we have some big measured moves that we have hit. So we have done this measured move here for gold. And let's see if we get a pause here or whatnot. But still, gold looks really strong here. But I wouldn't be surprised to see like a local top here for gold for some time, and where we pause, right, for like a week, like a month or so. Here we have gold measured in world currency units. So that is a basket, not just the USD or the euro or the yen, it's a basket. And again, we are going to draw this together actually. You can see here, hey, it looks pretty damn. Again, this is sloping up a bit, but I'll do it horizontally anyway. So again, the break there in 19, we had a huge run. By the way, this is the COVID blip. Bloop, bloop. You can't even see it on the weekly. And we are now all the way up here. It looks, again, do we get the pause? It looks a little bit parabolica, I have to say, right? So we shall see, the pause here. But I think, if we are to get a pause, it won't be, like a 4 year or, 10 year, nothing like that. So we are still really strong for gold across the board. And let's see how long it can last. The gold and silver ratio, as you know, frustratingly as it is, gold has been the better play than well, that's not entirely true actually, but gold feels like it has been the better play. But basically, for the past 3 years, we have been in a range where you can see silver outperforming, then gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, and we are now at a very important number, which is roughly. Again, you can see we tagged it here. Let's go to the other candles. We had a doji star here, and now we're actually seeing a little bit of selling. But to me, in order for silver to do really, really well, yes, we have to get below 88, roughly 88 right here. Then we will get back below the long-term golden trend line and the blue uptrend here. So gold is still the better play, but that can change, within a few weeks if we are to get down to here. And looking at silver, it is really trying to break the big, I call it the bankers level, 32.5 on the spot price. And if it does that, I think we are in for one heck of a move in silver, and the ratio will collapse basically. Here we have, I'll go to the 3 monthly so you can see it a bit better here. Look at that beautiful cup and handle when we measure gold against inflation. Again, what does this mean? Yeah, gold has finally, after 50 years, again, it had its runs, during that period, but now a 50-year neckline has been broken. Boom. It broke actually July 2024, roughly. Um, and yeah, now it's gold's turn to be one of the best inflation plays that you have. Again, breaking out from a massive cup and handle. I have here the handle target, which is like 14. So we are now at 9. So you're talking roughly 40% outperformance in gold versus inflation. And inflation will remain high. And then the big target, the big one is obviously 49 up here, which is the the handle, excuse me, the cup here measured move. So again, we are at 9 and we're talking almost 50. So 5x outperformance still to come for gold versus inflation. And yeah, it looks this is a grade A setup, it's just it doesn't get any better than that. Gold is the place to be right now, again, measured against inflation. Um, at some point, silver will take over. Platinum could be really close to actually outperform gold, but that is a different story. By the way, I've done a lot of posts, videos on the platinum. I think platinum is ready. It's going way higher. I think platinum could be the biggest play, one of the biggest play in 2025 actually. So yeah, gold gold divided by the SPX. So a bit of a weird chart here in my opinion, but to me the main takeaway is that we have broken the 2011 downtrend. You can see that here. We broke on the fourth go, and now we have this sideways pinch, and I think we are ready to go. The big level is the big zero point 0.5. At that point in time, hey, gold is about to outperform the SPX over the next 5 years, if not more. Pretty crucial ratio because if you are having the break here, money from the SPX, as you can see in the background, will start to go into gold because that is the better play. And people can see that, the big guys also look at it and say, hey, maybe I need to move like 20%, from my holdings in SPX over to gold, right? Again, it's just a theory, right? Or some random numbers, but you ought to see money rotate in, and we are pretty damn close. We can go to the monthly here. Look at that. We're actually peaking. Ooh, it's that's exciting to me. That's very exciting. So let's have a look see at the big Nasdaq and gold, right? Nasdaq and gold. Huge low here in the 2000s, and then gold actually started to outperform quite heavily from like 0.06 to almost 1. That is almost like 17x outperformance of gold. And then obviously you went from like 1 ratio down to like 0.10. Clearly the Nasdaq being by far the best play. um, by the way, that's the breakdown, yeah. But we can see here we are at the lows, double bottom here. We have a very clean level, 0.14. At that point in time, if we break that, you're breaking a 12-year downtrend. Pretty clear, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We could be breaking on the fifth here, actually. So look like a monthly, weekly close above 0.14 in this ratio, and gold will be the better play compared to the Nasdaq. It sounds insane, but it's gonna be really exciting. Look at this little inverted head and shoulders here at the lows as well. Guys, I think it's gonna break. I think we're gonna have gold start to outperform tech, meaning commodities is the better play, right? That's beautiful. Gold divided by the Dixie. Why do we do this? Again, it's just again, people are saying, that the Dixie and gold are very related to each other. They are not. Short term, sure, but long term, it doesn't really matter. Um, but you can see here we are in a period where gold is outperforming the Dixie. The Dixie or the dollar has been quite strong, for the past, I don't know, a few months here, and gold has outperformed that quite substantially. So big break here in '04, big break here in mid 2024, and we are actually we are breaching all-time highs really. So gold again is outperforming the dollar. It's looking good for the good old yellow metal. Here we have the M2 money supply divided by gold. I will invert it so you get gold divided by the M2. And again, look, again, it's perfect. We have a break. We have a break of gold starting to outperform the M2 money supply. What does this mean? It means that they, again, the, the money that they print will have less and less effect to drive the economy, and it will become more and more inflationary. And gold is clearly a sign here that, hey, the old system with printing money to fix whatever crisis that they are seeing, they can do that, but they need a lot more money to be printed, and the effect is going down. So let's say before, if they printed $100, again, this is just pure numbers. Maybe, $90, excuse me, maybe 95 of those went to the economy and then the rest was inflation. Now it starts to go down to like 80 and then you see 70, if you get my point. So it is purely diminishing returns coming in here for the printing press, and it's going to be hugely, hugely inflationary. That is a big break. You can even see here on the monthly, we tagged it, right? We pulled back a little bull flag, and now we're breaking higher. Big moment in time, guys, for gold against the M2 money supply. Gold right now is king. The yellow, boring metal is king. Yeah. Gold divided by the MSPN, that is the housing market. I think it's the median housing, market that they have, the price that they have in the US. The big one here is obviously 1980, the big one in 2011, obviously, and now we're coming in for the third touch here, which will be roughly around June in this year. Will we get a pullback? I think, and then we're going to break. You can't see this internal large. It's a almost a 20-year wedge that broke again in 2024, and this is the kickstart for gold being a better play than housing in general. So we have broken, we're gonna tag it, we're gonna pull back. How deep, we don't know, and then we're gonna break, and then gold will be a much better investment asset than housing. And you can clearly see, that housing has been hugely profitable. Yes, you had that big 2000 run to the 2011, but overall housing has been a better play than gold. I think that's about to change here really, really, really soon. The gold divided by the BAC, that is the Bank of America. We had a huge run here in 2011, complete collapse. Again, we went parabolic, and then we snapped back, major bear rally, and now we have this big flag here. So I will say once we start to break this internal golden here, which, let's check it out here. I think we're breaking. Not yet. Not yet. I needed to adjust my lines there. But once we start to break like 65 to 66 here on the ratio, I think it's the beginning of actually gold starting to outperform heavily the banking sector as well, with, from like 65 to like almost 200, right? So almost like 3x, it will start to do the outperformance. Please note as well, we have a double-headed inverted head and shoulders here also. So again, gold is not there just yet, but it is pretty dang close, right? To break out versus the banking and have a huge run. Oh, this is also a big one. Again, this is global debt divided by gold. I will invert this because for some reason, if I take the other way around, I can't do log scale. I have no idea why. But again, look at gold and how strong it is. 1980s, 2011, 2020, and then we tagged it. We flagged here below, absolutely gorgeous. We broke, boom, and we haven't really been looking back ever since that break. And yes, remember, red candles are green because it's inverted, right? So we're getting to the long-term red here. You can see the channel. Potential resistance here because we only have 3, so we can't do a fully confirmed channel. But potential resistance here at roughly, the ratio is like 11 billion. But to me, this will be a quick pause, and actually you are to see gold start to outperform global debt. Again, similar to the M2 money supply, the printing press can print, but the effect that it has had for like 40 years is over. It's getting less and less and less. Why do you think the big banks around the world are buying gold? This is the reason why. They know exactly what is coming down the pike here, and it's not going to be funny. It is not going to be funny for the ordinary man. Um, that's all I can say here. Gold inverted. Boom, there it is. So this is gold divided by Bitcoin. To me, this is a good example of how big of an outperformance tech has been ever since the peak in 2011. Bitcoin is tech. You can't prove me wrong, really, or otherwise. Well, you can try, but Bitcoin is purely tech. If you do an overlay on the Nvidia chart or Amazon, for surely the Nvidia, it's basically one to one, more or less, right? Um, and we are coming to a decision here. Will it be tech or will it be commodities? That is the big one, right? Or metals. So big decision point coming in here for this ratio. Again, we will invert this. So we have gold. When it goes up, it is gold outperforming. And we have gold divided by money in circulation. And what do we have here? A July 2024 breakout. Again, gold is outperforming the M2 money supply. Gold is outperforming global debt. Global outperforming currency in circulation. Gold is outperforming basically everything except the SPX and the Nasdaq. But these, as we looked at, are pretty dang close to also be in favor of gold. So again, hugely bullish on gold. Reminder, I want to do that inverse so it's, the other way around. What the bleep boop? Like that. Could we, again, long term, very bullish on gold. Short term here, could we have like a local top here, lasting for a few months? Yeah, sure, absolutely. We could. But long term, looking at the charts, looking at the breakouts and potential breakouts against the SPX and NASDAQ, I think we have a long way to run. 5 years. Um, just to give you like a number, I think 5 years gold will do immensely well. We can look at some of the targets here for gold. And again, we have a beautiful channel here. You can see the blue arrows marking, and I think we're going to, right? You can see the fractal. We went sideways, boom, sideways, boom, and we could be going for the 100% measured move, 8K, which will be in late 2027 to like early 2028. So we are talking 3 years. Gold is now 3K. Let's round it up, and we could see 8K. PS, silver will outperform during that period by 3x or something like that. So, but still, gold overall looks really, really strong. Remember, we are on the 3 monthly time frame candles. So this is 3 months, every single candle, and the charts going all the way down again, except the SPX and Nasdaq, uberly bullish on those time frames. Will there be sharp pullbacks on the daily, where you see like a weekly sharp sell-off? Absolutely. And you'll even see monthly consolidation. But again, in the grand scheme of things, hey, it doesn't matter. Don't sell your physical. Don't ever sell your physical in this environment and DNA. So again, that's my take on gold. Have an amazing day. Again, if you want to see more, again, trying to get into the miners and all that good stuff, you know where to find me on the Substack, on Twitter, and all that good stuff, and YouTube, of course. Cheers, guys. Bye.